let's move this over here. There we go. Hey everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel and welcome to this paint and chat thing that I am doing that involves chatting and painting. Except I'm probably not going to get either of those things done today. But I am painting up my Indominus box. I have a whole bunch of the dudes right here in front of me. And I've been slowly painting these guys up. I can't emphasize how slowly I am painting these guys. Wow, I messed this guy up so badly already. Like, if you ever looked at a model and then looked closer and been like, you know, I might be awful at this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. Hey, White, thanks for joining.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I have my Indominus box. I have my rule book ready in case anybody has any questions about certain rules for the 9th edition that is coming up. I know there are some battle reports out about it, and I am trying to get a game in here, but apparently when I came down here, so did COVID. So yeah, we're in the midst of like another outbreak. Yay, America.
Of course.
We're dumb as hell. But I am trying as hard as I can to get a game in with any of my armies that I can get a game in with. But until then, unfortunately, there won't be any battle reports on the channel, so I do apologize. Also, I do want to say hello to the people who are joining us from other countries, such as Canadian land, the land of bagged milk, and well, that's pretty much all I got for you on Mini Wargaming. So I get two good things. I mean, I assume you use your bagged milk the same way we use water balloons, and you just fling them at each other. Because that is the only possible explanation for you guys using bagged milk. And I see Germany in here. Hello, how you guys doing? And the UK, nice. It's really late for you guys. Like Germany, it's like 2 in the morning. Everybody else, it's like midnight. If it's that bad, name it Isaac. Yeah. I agree. No, so I made I like to consider when I make a mistake. Oh, Finland, nice. I got fans everywhere. Bagged milk is the norm. No, it isn't. You guys are weird. So I may have made a mistake today. Hey, we just got a super chat, and that is from Rexar Sanguinius. Thank you so much. Why is that so late on here? I already saw it on the chat. You know what? Whatever. It's going to scare the hell out of me every now and then. But, oh, it's only 12:34. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, and Commissar, you're here too. You're from Germany, I believe. Oh, and White is gone. And White is back.
That Discord's being dumb.
Discord is being dumb. Let's see. Who else do we got? We got UK. We got Chile. Yo, nice. I've always wondered, can you get chili in Chile? And what is their, like, signature chili? Like in America, we have a signature dish. It's called diabetes.
Oh.
Oh, he's from Indonesia. Sorry, my bad, Commissar. My bad. I am so sorry. Iceland? Yo, we have multiple people from Iceland. I'm pretty sure every single gamer in Iceland knows my name. Mostly because I've been there so many times. Yo, Scotland. Nice. Awesome. We got from Hawaii. Yo, hello. I love Iceland. I love Iceland. Iceland is beautiful, but I would not live there. It is far too cold. Like today, it's a perfect and crisp 110 degrees outside. Everybody else is complaining, pissing and moaning about the temperature outside. I'm sitting there like, I am a lizard. This is perfect. I just connected to here. The signature dish of the United States is diabetes. Yep. That is how you're starting this. So, before I actually paint, because I am going to paint, I promise you I am going to at least attempt to put paint on models and not just use this live stream as a way of distracting myself from actually painting, which I'm totally doing, but I'm going to pretend that I'm not doing. Yeah. Howdy from Texas. Okay, the fact that you said howdy from Texas is the best thing ever. Also, I kind of read it as meowdy. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, I made a mistake. I like to consider my mistakes in two categories. There is the oops, and those are bad mistakes. That's like, you know, me going to college levels of bad mistakes. You know, going into financial debt for 10 years, bad mistakes. And then there's my tactical oopsie daisies. And today, I think I made the latter, but I'm not sure. It might count as an oof, because I kind of was left unattended in a bookstore. And that is something that should never happen to me, by the way. At all. Should not do that. Never leave me unattended in a bookstore. Especially a bookstore that also has nerdy stuff. This is a terrible idea. Greetings from the Imperium of Man. Big fan. Oh, nice. So, yeah. Do you guys want to see my big mistake?
Uh-oh.
Do you want to see the big mistake? There's one behind me. I bought the Lost World game. Why did I buy that? Because I am obsessed with Jurassic Park. There are 3 sci-fi universes that I like more than 40k, and Jurassic Park is number 1. Like, number 1. So, who wants to see the mountain of books that I bought today? There's no other way of saying it. All right, let's move some stuff over. Okay. So let's start with the sillier stuff. I bought an Overwatch loot box. Like an actual loot box. Like, it's a piggy bank. Hang on, let me open this thing. Okay. So again, you left me unattended here. Yeah, loot box. If I love Overwatch, by the way. I absolutely love Overwatch. So I had to get this. It was $10. It's in pretty good condition. And yeah, I saw this and I was like, yes, this is mine. This is my new piggy bank. So if you guys don't know, also, I collect piggy banks. I have about 5. I think 3 of them are filled. So I probably should cash in some of them, but I think one is pennies. And actually, no, my Bat Piggy and my Super Piggy are both pennies. And that's it. An unboxing stream. Hey, thanks for subscribing. You're awesome and I love you. Okay, alright, the next thing. I found an Overwatch cup. It was like $5, so yeah. It's an Overwatch cup. I collect cups. I collect things if it's not obvious. Like, can I collect it? Yes, then I have it. Also, this strand of hair. Actually, no. You know what? We're going to take our headset off. We're going to pull our hair back. Okay. And we're going to throw our headset right back on. Greetings from the UK. Yo, what up? All right, let's see what we got. White, as you can, ask question.
Just ask them. I was taking notes of them.
Oh, okay, then yeah, just keep taking notes of them. Yeah. All right.
They'll all get answered by the end, everyone, unless you super chat to get them answered immediately.
Yep, if you super chat, it gets answered right away, and yes.
But they will all get answered.
Yep. So you got to stay tuned all the way to the end. I know I'm a pain in the butt. I am going to
You
try
will.
to take... Oh, God, I bought a Ben Counter book. Ew.
Ah,
I
Which
might
one?
return this book.
which book?
It's a Grey Knight Omnibus. Actually, it's
Oh,
just Grey
dear.
Knight. I think I picked this book up strictly to point out how bad this book is. So, this book is garbage. Oh, thank you! You're awesome and I love you! Please use this to fill your bank. Also, hello, ya butt. Aw, thank you so
Okay.
much. Alright, so this book in this book, they have Ben Counter has a thing for killing women in horrible ways. He should not be working for GW. In this book, a Grey Knight punches a sister of battle so hard that he tears her jaw off. And if her jaw didn't give out, her whole head would have been ripped off. They also have a fight between the Grey Knights and the Sisters of Battle because of a sandstorm. Not because of anything else, but because of a sandstorm. So yeah, this book. Woo.
It happens.
I don't
You're
even
playing
care
on
about that book.
Well, Alexis, you're playing on the playground, someone gets sand in their eyes, and before you know it, you're strangling the other children.
Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That's just
Seen
how
it
this
so many
happens.
times.
This is one, Wolfblade, I think Kiba recommended this book. I'm pretty sure he recommended it. If he didn't, I'm going to read it, go over it, and then see if he likes it.
I wonder why you think he'd have recommended it to you.
It could be because it's about space puppers.
Yeah, that can't be it.
It's definitely because of space puppers. I'm also trying to remove the stickers as we go. So, yeah. Also, thank you for the donation. It actually helps out quite a bit because I just made a mistake buying all of this. But I did get paid for my new job, so I am happy. I'm trying to get this sticker off. It is fighting me the whole way. Alright, so the next book, and technically I have this book already because I have the omnibus, but I actually like keeping some of these books in my car. So, Path of the Renegade, the Dark Eldar book. This one, I believe this is the story of a Corsair that becomes a Drukhari. Pretty sure. I could be wrong, though. But I've been wanting to read up some Drukhari lore because I really like it. What's your new job? I work at Games U here in Mesa, Arizona. Wah! What is this one? Here we go. Also, again, I am trying to remove stickers, so forgive me.
Emphasis on trying.
Forgive me, Daddy, for I have been a bad girl. For the last time, it's forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Anyway. Sons of the Puppers. Again, it's a Space Wolf novel, but this one takes place with a Space Wolf and Dark Angels. So I'm really curious about this one. Because I think this is the book where the Dark Angels... the book where the Space Wolves figure out the Dark Angel's secret and decide to keep it. By the way, if you guys don't know, the Space Wolves are aware of the Dark Angel's secret. The Dark Angels are aware of how many Space Wolves there were prior to the Indominus Crusade. And then I saw this book, and I had to pick it up. It's like so 90s.
Oh dear, what is it?
Like, have you ever seen a book where you're just like, oh my god, I need to get that because it's silly?
Yeah.
So, okay, I cannot get this sticker off, and there's a dinosaur scaring me. Yep, I am going to fight with this sticker for a while. It's just called Raptor Red, and it has, like, the holographic raptor on the front. And I saw this book just sitting in the pile, like, they weren't organizing it yet. And I was like, grab.
Did you at least read the synopsis to make sure it actually has a raptor in it?
I have no idea. Wait, is this a Michael Crichton book? That would be amazing if it was. Apparently it's got a lot of positive reviews. It's got a review from the New York Times. Really great storyteller, but even he wouldn't have had the nerve to write a dinosaur novel from the point of view of the dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh.
Huh. Huh.
You like
I can't wait to read this. This is going to be terrible. Okay, so that's the first thing of books. Now we're on to the second bag. So I'm pretty sure I have this, but I wanted to grab it anyway. Cities of Death. This is from 4th edition to 5th edition, or 5th edition to 6th edition. I can never remember. No, it's from 5th edition to 6th edition, because they have the Space Marine in it. The Terminator. That looks weird. Also, these older books have such good artwork.
Yeah.
And back before they told you that you just need to use their terrain, when they had terrain features like this, they were amazing. But yeah, so Cities of Death, which I'm pretty sure I have. I'm not sure, not 100% sure. By the way, I am going to get to 9th edition, and I am going to get to painting. I just want to go over this real quick. The 2nd edition Eldar Codex. You know what the worst part is?
I think that's 3rd edition.
It might be. No, these ones are definitely 2nd to 3rd.
Well, yeah, because like the 2nd edition, they have like the big crazy golden title thing on the front.
Yeah, so this is 2nd to 3rd. I think it's the same picture though.
Yeah, same picture. Like I only know this because I sent you the 2nd and 3rd edition Assassin Codex.
Yeah. Let's see. They usually have a showcase. Do you guys want to see something sad? Barely any of these models have changed. In fact, they're the same sculpts. And this book is dated... Actually, the Avatar of Cain is still in here, and it's still the same model.
I'd laugh, but that is quite sad.
Let's see. This book is by Gav Thorpe, and this is some of his earlier work back when he was good. 1999.
Okay, we have a super chat from Rex Splode that says Dr. P's got a hot voice, as in just the letter P.
Dr. P? I don't get it. Oh my god, so many... Actually, a lot of these models were changed over the years. So, I do like this. I should like some...
They say that Polonia has a hot voice.
Oh, gotcha. Nice. Man, I can go through this book all day. I could. I really could. All right, let's see what the next one is.
Collecting questions.
Militarum Tempestus, the Tempestus Scion Codex. Which
has
has
a whole codex.
Yeah, I collect old codexes. I'm still trying to get all of them.
Yee.
God. I love it. Because in this one, they talk about the Tempestus Scions that are actually, they go direct, some of them go directly to the Inquisition, which I like. And yeah, that's from 7th edition. Then we got another 3rd edition codex, the Tau, which I think now I have 3 of this exact codex. Like, looking at it now, I'm pretty sure I have 3 of this codex. Because I buy them thinking that I need them, and then I have to go back and return them, and I hate it. Sometimes I just hang on to them, and if anybody wants them, I just send them to them if they just pay the shipping. This one I know I didn't have. This is 7th edition Cult Mechanicus Codex. Because the AdMech was 2 codexes in 7th edition.
Yeah, like wasn't like AdMech and Scutari?
Yep. Well, no, Cult Mechanicus and Scutari.
Right.
Which, this thing did absolutely nothing except add formations. By the way, formations are stupid as hell and should never be a thing. One of the best codexes ever. Codex Armageddon. If I have a second copy of this, I want to send it to John.
I think you already did.
I'm pretty sure I did, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an orc player out there that would want this.
Right.
But yeah, this talks about the Armageddon Steel Legion, Gosgol, Orcamedes. You got the Speed Freaks army for the first time in here, the Death Coptas.
So, on the topic of formations, they kind of dropped the idea of specialist detachments in 8th.
Yeah, they brought them in. They had a really negative impact on the community, and they dropped them immediately. I will still not get over that a Sentinel is taller than a Dreadnought. Like a baby Dreadnought. Okay. Let's see. Archimedes. Altar of War. These are the mission books from 7th edition. This one has a big scratch on it, but it was only like $2, so I'll take it. Actually, it was $10.
What's that all about?
This one has all the battle missions for the Devastation of Baal, the Black Legion. It literally goes over, like, Demonic Invasion is a really, really fun one because there's a Warp Rift right in the middle. Eternal Night. There's actually... Oh, wait, no. There are missions based on the armies themselves. So if you want some narrative missions, like you're taking down a demon stronghold, you can actually rip open this book, and it still works to this day. Like, they have Necrons, they have Dark Angels in here. Let's see. They have Imperial Knights, 8 Unlooked For, of Lance, Shield, and Mantle. I love the names. Knights of the Foe, Hold the Line, In Defense of the Realm, The Lance Ascends. They have Eldar in here. Let's see. Shadow Screen, Perfidious Eldar, Path of the Warrior, A Nexus of Fate. They have Yandin, because if you guys don't remember, Yandin had their own codex. And Yandin is actually one of my favorite Tau Seps. It's also where Morino is from. Boop. They have Tau Empire in here. Let's see. They have orcs, obviously. Let's read some of the orc missions.
Oh, dear.
Orkiez Morkiez. One of the first missions. Way of the Broken Sword. Oh, wait. Hang on. I skipped them. Ah! Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Where the heck did they go? I lost them.
Technical difficulties.
Orcs retreated from this. I don't know what to do with them. Belly of the Beast. The Demon ones. Eternal Night. Demonic Invasion. Laughter of the Thirsting God. Ooh. Grubbling Horde. Beyond the Kin of Man. And Demon World. Just straight up Demon World.
Let's see. Chat says that Alexis is a what?
You dick. Anyway. Let's move on to the next one. Champions of Fenris. So, I'm trying to grab all the specialist codexes and everything. Let's try to get that sticker off there as well. No, but I loved 7th edition's missions and 6th edition's specialist missions. It's just the game itself, based around it, was just really bad. Like, 6th and 7th edition of 40k, 6th edition was bad, 7th edition was worse. They somehow didn't change anything of the bad points of 6th edition, and they made 7th edition, which was so much worse. So then, we went to Bookman's, and we grabbed some more stuff, including the 7th edition Psychic cards. So, I want to see if I can find my favorite ones, because I know Geomancy's in here, and I'm really excited to read some of these powers, because you're going to be like, that's really dumb, Alexis. And I'm going to be like, you're right, it is really stupid. The fact that you can move terrain with your own miniatures on them and then have your miniatures assault off of them is absolutely insane.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. You pick up a terrain piece, just move it at your opponent, and just, yeah. Let's see. They got demon, demonology, malefic table, quick reference chart, biomancies. Biomancies was absolutely insane. Here's Iron Arm. Enfeeble was ridiculous. There's warp speed, endurance. Here's smite. Smite was a biomancy. Divinations. Where is it? There's the one for Shroud somewhere in here.
Smite's biomancy and dark heresy.
Mm-hmm. Sanctuary. Demonology. Sanctified demonology. One of my favorite terms in 40k. Alright, let's see. Vortex of Doom. If you're going to use this, you have to scream witness your doom. Let's see. Telekinesis. Oh, is this just the basic rules? Telepathy, pyromancy. Yeah, it doesn't have geokinesis. But geomancies were like the funniest and most broken of the psychic powers. A lot of people say the thing that makes it so that you're only hit on 6s was broken. They had nothing on geomancy. So
there's a power that lets you flip the table.
Savage Scars. Pretty good. It's about white scars. It's okay, they lose in the end.
Of course.
Then we have Warden of the Blade. This is actually a really good book. It's Grey Knights versus Demons, which is always a good read. And this one's by David Annandale, who doesn't write too much, but when he does write, he writes really well. Geomancy is when SpongeBob drove that rock. You are so right. You are so right. Dan Abnett's Ravenor. Because, yes. I had to grab some of these. I saw it and I was like, yes. Let's see, what's the next one? The Killing Ground by Graham McNeil. Graham McNeil doesn't write bad things. He's one of the best. I'd actually say that he is the best writer for GW. Second would be Aaron Dinsky-Bowden, then Andy Chambers. My reasoning is my top 3 favorite books, which is Fulgrim, Celestine, and Master of Mankind. Those are the 3 best books in all of 40k. Then I grabbed Courage and Honor, because you can't be an Ultramarine without some courage and honor. Most of the Ultramarine books are actually pretty good. They just have a really bad reputation because the fan base is so toxic about them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see. What next? Dead Sky, Black Sun, another Ultramarine book. Again, I think this is 5th Company or 4th Company. I want to say it's 5th Company. 5th Company has the green? Or is it 4th Company? I can never remember.
I will grab my 5th edition Space Marine thingy right here.
But yeah, again, Graham McNeil. It's 4th. Okay, thank you, chat. Blood Angels, Black Tide. Really good book. It's just, the Blood Angel books are always really good. Except for that one where they turn into Crimson Gorillas. I did not like that one.
Look, you gotta have your vampire marines turn into gorillas.
For no reason. Fire Drake, this book kind of sucks. It's a Salamander book. It's not bad, it's just not that good, and it's kind of boring.
Mm.
It's just kind of boring. Boop. Okay, and then we got... Okay. Alright. Got it. One of the best Space Marine rulebooks that ever existed, where you can get the Crux Terminatus as an upgrade. And this book had so much in it. This is the book that I played Space Marines in. Like, actually I had the Codex before this, but this was the one that I really, really used a lot. It had Legion of the Damned, it had Kievan Shrike, and I fell in love with all of these characters. Like, originally when I started playing, I wanted to get all of these characters so badly. And over the years, I actually did, for the most part. But I absolutely loved it. Like, the Master of the Forge and Tech Marine were two different characters. They were pretty much the same, though, except the Master of the Forge had a 2+ ballistic skill, where the Tech Marine had a 3+. Drop pods had ballistic skill. Like, it was...
Well, the Master of the Forge also had the conversion beamer.
Yep, he could have the conversion beamer. He didn't have to. He could also be on bike with conversion beamer in this book. This book gave so much customization, it was ridiculous. You could have the best and the iconic Smash Captain. This is a chapter master, dual-wielding thunderhammers. Sorry. Dual-wielding thunderhammers. Not one, two of them. And since it was a specialist weapon, he got +1 attack for wielding 2 of them. So he had 4 attacks, which was insane back in the day.
But one weird thing about this book is, like, if you have a captain on bike, then you can take bikes as troops. But if you have a chapter master on bike, he doesn't give that benefit.
No, they did FAQ that, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I loved it so much. I love this book so much. It was so good. So good. This book brings back so much nostalgia. Because this is the book where I actually started playing. Like, really playing. I played in 4th edition, but it was the tail end of 4th edition. So, yeah. That one gave me nostalgia. Cast Demons.
Yeah.
Talking about nostalgia, this book, this was one of my arch enemies when I started playing.
Scrub.
And it's by Gav Thorpe. This book was actually a lot of fun, but demons were not good in this edition. They were actually terrible, because half your army didn't come in, and by the time they usually did come in, you already lost.
But at least they have Fearless. Look, it's a minor thing, but still gets at me.
Dark Angel Codex. I love this codex too. Right after Space Marines, I picked up this codex, and I started playing. This. Oh yeah, and since this is from 4th, 5th edition, you can actually see an Angels of Absolution Deathwing in regular armor. Just so you guys know. Although their regular armor was the same color as Deathwing, so it was really confusing. But regardless. This book was really good too, because you could take chaplains in Terminator armor and attach them to squads, and they became really good. It's also back when Terminators were fairly good. They weren't great, but they were fairly good. There wasn't as many crazy weapons back in the day. But there was a ton of different weapon combinations. And if you combined weapons, there was a ton of rules that you had to follow for all of them. This is the 6th edition Death from the Skies. I need the 7th edition Death from the Skies as well. This is Aeronautica, but just the 40k version of it. And yeah, it was really, really, really dumb, but really fun. Nobody played this at all, and it made me sad because I wanted to play it because I was the only person with airplanes.
No.
Okay. The infamous Necron Codex. The most infamous Necron Codex that has been retconned so many times that pretty much nothing in here is canon anymore. This is the codex that alludes to the outsider going and getting... going out and getting the tyranids and bringing them into the universe, or maybe even creating them. Which is no longer the case. They changed that story to being the Silent King went and did it, and he was fighting them. But yeah, there was a lot in this codex. It was really cool. Also, one of the cool things is back in the day, they used to show you like pages like this where people converted their miniatures and made them look so much cooler. And I really, really, really like this because you got to see like different types of like units and how they were put together. So it was just kind of neat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I wish they'd bring that back to 40k, and they have. They have started showing conversions in the books. Although it confused the hell out of everybody, and everybody's like, where do I buy that?
Yeah.
I had to buy this. I had to buy this. This game died so fast, and I won 2, maybe 3 tournaments of it. It was so broken, so stupid, and so ungodly dumb, and I loved every second of it. Shadow War Armageddon was kill team for 7th edition, the tail end of 7th edition, and it was just as bad as it sounds.
Oof.
Needless to say, I won on my first turn all the time, and like with my Grey Knights, because I had two of them with side cannons. So I just put 1 shot into each person and just blow every single kill team away. Next up, I had to grab some guard. Also, this is one of the few artworks we actually get to see the big giant drop ships, which I really like. Let me try to do this.
Another book I have.
Yeah. I think this is 4th into 5th edition.
Yeah.
I didn't like that the codexes did that, though. Where they weren't exactly part of an edition, they were just...
The codex at the moment.
Yeah. They were just like, what rule book is there? You can use this one. It's the most up-to-date one. Rough Riders in here, Ratlings in here, Veterans. They're the Penal Legionnaires, Heavy Weapon Squads, Platoons, Infantry Squads, Ministorum Priests, Tech Priests, Primarks, Commissars, Regional Advisors, or Regimental Advisors. I said regional, sorry, my bad. Which was the Astropath, Master of Ordnance, Officer of the Fleet, and their bodyguards, which I thought was cool. Command Squad. But yeah, they had so much in this book. And it was really cool. They even had characters in this book that no longer are available in current edition.
So many.
Yeah. Because you were just supposed to make them out of whatever you had. But also, this is when GW lost the rights to Imperial Guard.
Mm.
This is the Space Marine Codex I started on. That one, the other one, I played more in. But this is the one I started in. This one is super, super, super similar to that one. There's literally barely any change. In fact, I don't think there's like a single thing that changed. Except for the way that they lay out the characters. Because they did these silly little drawings that looked like a fill in the color gap thingy. But they did have some cool stuff in here. So instead of an HQ, like a chapter master or a captain, you had a commander, and it could either be a master commander or a commander chaplain, or no, captain. Sorry, chaplains are right under them. Then you had the chapter chaplain, which could be a master of sanctity or a reclusiarch. And then you had the chief librarian, which could be a codicier or I have no idea how to pronounce the other word. Sorry. I'm bad at it. Then you had your Space Marines as your HQ, and this was your command squad, which can include a apothecary, a company standard, a company champion, a sergeant, let's see, and a bunch of Marines. Oh yeah, they could also take bikes. That was a thing. Then you had your Terminator command squad, which I don't know why isn't a thing anymore. Then you had your Terminators and your Assault Terminators. You had your Veteran squad, your Dreadnoughts, your Tech Priests, your Tech Marines, which could be a Tech Marine, a tech servitor, a combat servitor, and a gun servitor. They were all different, and they all did a different thing, which I really liked. You had
Deathwing command squads.
Yeah, you can get Deathwing command squads, which is cool. Although it doesn't look like anybody else is typing in the chat. Can you check if the chat is locked?
Yeah.
We had the Rhino and the Razorback, the Assault Squad, the Land Speeder, the Bike, the Attack Bike, the Scout Bike. By the way, Scout Bikes are not used as much. People
are just being quiet.
Okay. You had the Predator.
Scout Bikes are a thing.
Oh, and Predators are changed into two things, which is the Predator Annihilator, which had the las cannons, or the Predator Destructor, which had the autocannons and heavy bolter. And then you had your two Land Raiders, because the third didn't exist yet, and that was the Land Raider, or the Godhammer, as it was known back in this edition, or the Land Raider Crusader. And those were your two things. It also gave a lot of background information on a lot of these characters, like the legends of the chapters. It told you about all of the backstories of each of the captains of different things. You had Chaplain Cassius, whose old lore was kind of silly. Tigurius, who touched the eye of the Tyranid swarm. Tyrannic War Veterans, Ultramarine Honor Guards. This was just an Ultramarine Codex, by the way. Marinus Kulgar. 1 and 2. Oh my god, there's so many silly things. This is back when, like, they were so small. Space Marines were just so small. But yeah, there's that codex. And we're almost done. Eldar Codex, this is 3rd through 5th, I believe.
I think 4th through 5th.
I think this one came out the tail end of 3rd. Because their release dates were all over the place.
Yeah.
Because they tried to spread because they didn't want to update the Xenos races. Let's see. Grey Knight 7th edition or 6th edition, I can't remember which one. But
that looks like the 8th edition codex.
This does look like the 8th edition. It's the same picture, but the thing that you can tell the difference of...
It has the same, like, font and such.
Oh, wow. This is the 8th edition.
Ha, you blight.
Huh. I thought it was the 7th edition one. That is my bad. I know that it has the same picture as the 7th one. I didn't expect to actually get an 8th edition codex. I'm actually surprised. That was a mistake on my part.
Yeah, this is what happens when all the goddamn 8th edition codexes just use the 7th at art.
I know, right? It's so dumb. Okay, next one we have Escalation. This was 6th edition into 7th edition. This was your different detachments and everything for 7th edition, which allowed you to bring super heavies into the regular tabletop game. Gave you a bunch of different missions and everything. This was released with the Obelisk and the Tesseract Vault and the Lord of Skulls, which is still one of the dumbest looking models to date. It also gave you rules for the Thunderhawk gunship and keep in mind, this is a GW book, not a Forge World book, and it had the rules for all of the super heavies in it. So, a lot of people would argue that you couldn't use it because it wasn't a GW product, and then this came out to pretty much shut people up. Then we have the Imperial Knight Codex. I'm actually curious as to what edition this is. Oh, wait, there's a formation in it. This is 7th. 7th edition Imperial Knights. They were broken. Like all of armies in there. Chaos Space Marines. I think this is 7th edition. I want to say it's 7th edition.
Yeah, that's 7th.
Yep. Because they have a weapon skill. Not a weapon skill, no movement characteristic. So I grabbed this one. I think I have this codex already. Let's see. We're down to the last 3. We have the Eldar Codex. I want to say this is 7th. Now I have to check.
Yeah. It just looks like the 7th ed font and such.
Yep, it's 7th.
At least they didn't reuse that art for 8th.
I know, right? Then I have Crusade of Fire. Because, yes. These mission books, these campaign books were so much fun and nobody plays them. Like, I can't wait to actually do these missions and everything. And then, and the last one, Apocalypse Reloaded, which they, for some reason, made into a giant book. And I think this is the book that I broke everything with. I want to say it was. No, this one wasn't. But it did introduce formations into 5th edition and 6th edition. Yeah, it's 5th edition. And, so funny thing about this, Apocalypse's rules could be used in a normal game. So even early editions of 40k had formations. So, we got quite the amount of books. So yeah, I haven't painted a model yet. Let's you know what? Let's.
This has been a very successful paint stream so far.
And I dropped paint, but it was in a top painter, so it's fine. There's my cap. Okay, formations broke the game back in the day. Yes, they did. Oh my God, did they? They were so busted. Like, there was no way to justify them. At least back in Apocalypse Reloaded, they actually cost points to do. So it was a little bit more balanced. But it still was not balanced at all. It's kind of like saying you're being chased by an Allosaurus, and it's like, well, at least I wasn't chased by a T-Rex. I guess I'll take it. Alright, let me grab my paintbrushes and my paint water and actually get into this. I've been going for over an hour just on a review. Actually, no, 45 minutes.
I haven't even painted yet.
I know, right? But I am putting paint on models. So let's just go ahead and start doing this.
People asking what you're painting.
I am painting the new Primarks captain. This is out of the Indominus box set. He is ridiculously cool. And I absolutely love him. I absolutely think that the new Indominus box set is so worth getting. Like, you'd be an idiot not to get it if you collected either of those armies.
How's the captain? Like, how's the captain rules-wise?
A 3-up, 4-up invulnerable save with a 2-up armor save thanks to the shield, and a sword that's strength 5.
Ooh.
He's actually pretty decent.
Nice.
Like, they are pretty good. There we go. And I'm just gonna clean up the back over here and do its second coat. But yeah, you can't get over how good some of these are. And you know what, since we're waiting, let's since we're painting, let's get some of those questions and comments.
Gotcha.
Boop.
Let's see. Hold up, first Rockstar is saying the new captain will be his neutral Gwinius. I respectfully disagree because he has an awesome save. He will never make it, while meanwhile your random sergeant is never going to die.
Yep.
Okay, question time. First one is from StarkMad91. Hey, I'm getting my first models, but I can't decide what to get. Should I get the Glorious Blood Angels or the Secretive Alpha Legion?
Blood Angels. Alpha Legion is lame.
Yeah, Blood Angels over Alpha Legion any day. Let's see. Will is asking, what are your plans for the Void Dragon? Do you have plans to convert it into something else?
Yes, I do. I intend to make it into Sigma from Overwatch. That is going to be one heckin' hard thing to do, but I can't wait to do it.
Let's see. Rexpla. Oh, yeah. They already super chatted that one after. Let's see. Rexpla asks, is that Grey Knight book, the omnibus, the one where they cover themselves in Sister of Battle Blood?
No, that's the 5th edition rule book.
Let's see. One person asked if what is the rank of your sister cosplay? I guess to be like, Battle Sister, Celestian, etc.
What is her rank? Oh, it's
Yeah.
a Canoness. It's a
Mm.
low Canoness, though. It's not like a high Canoness or like a... I forget the actual name of it. Can you check? It's the...
Kind of superior?
No, it's not a Canoness Superior. That's the overall Canoness.
I'll pull it up while we're going through these, but...
Yep.
So put a pin in that question. Surely with Necrons back, Eldar might get an update.
Eldar actually get a lot of story-driven elements in the new Psychic Awakening.
Yeah, like they're prominent. They just haven't gotten much model-wise, which is weird.
I do like that they are pretty much allying with the Imperium at this point.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, look, we don't have the resources to take out the Necrons. You don't either. So let's kung fu fight some other day. Now let's get this chaplain.
Let's see. One person asked, have you ever thought about cosplaying as a commissar?
I have. It's just that the commissar outfit, if you don't recognize it right away, looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know it's a 40k event, the commissar outfit kinda... Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they've been changing it in the lore. And that's why they added the big breastplate now.
Let's see, one person asked... when you were talking about like your favorite authors earlier, they asked, how about Dan Abnett?
I like Dan Abnett. Dan Abnett's really good. He's also a pretty chill dude.
One person asked, by the Emperor's Holy Missing Eye, how many books did you buy?
So I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's one bookshelf right there. There's another bookshelf right there. And that is not where I want this camera to look. Hang on, my camera's being really weird. And behind me, actually, wait, why is this? There we go. Behind me, where all the Jurassic Park stuff is going to be another bookshelf. So precisely that many is what I have normally, and then what I bought today is just more books.
Yep, what?
Yeah, I buy a lot of books.
Let's see, someone asked, why was 7th edition so bad? Got it from my brother last week and haven't read through it yet.
Formations. And the character spamming.
See, one person asked, have you read Last Chancers?
I have. I really liked it.
Next person asked, wait, you already have the box set?
Yes.
Let's see, one person asked, any recommendations for starting a Space Marine army?
The Indominus box. Like, buy an Indominus box. It's like $600 worth of miniatures.
Jeez.
If you can't get that, buy the Primarks Start Collectings, or buy the Space Wolf Start Collecting and run it as just regular Space Marines.
Let's see, someone asked, any tips for a new painter and collector?
Watch a ton of tutorials. A ton of tutorials. There's a lot of good ones out there. Actually, just watch anything by Duncan is really good. There's that one weird trans person that's pretty good. They give a lot of explanations, but they're kind of weird. They're not bad. I really like them. They're just kind of weird. Like my paint capped up again. I love it.
One person says, Imperial and Eldar alliance was inevitable with a question mark.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Here's a very important question. How do you make your chair more comfortable?
My stupid paint. I love and hate game color paints because they literally just lock at the top at all times. And it's like, I want to save paint and do this. But then you have to squeeze it really hard and it explodes everywhere and you hate it and you waste so much paint. I actually am one of the few people that prefers GW's stuff to most others.
Let's see. Any recommendations, as in chapters or units, have bits and unpainted models but need advice?
What chapter?
Like, I think they're just asking for a recommendation of a chapter.
Oh, okay. Dark Angels.
Yeah.
Dark Angels, Blood Angels are the two most fun, if not Ultramarines.
Let's see. Kiba is asking, so what you're saying is the Eldar have to finally acknowledge their anime tsundere feelings for humanity.
Yep. That is 100% what I am saying.
Ooh. Favorite overall model from any army?
Favorite model? Celestine.
I was about to say besides yourself.
Ha. No, definitely Celestine.
Yeah.
Okay, there's so much cleaning that I have to do on these, it's ridiculous. So what I'm doing is just line painting. I'm not doing much. I'm just taking one color and doing it to every single Marine.
Oh, yeah, and I pulled up this thing with like the Canoness rank, so I'll just start under Superior and just go down. There's Canoness Preceptor, Canoness Commander, and then Palatine.
Yeah, she's a Palatine.
Yeah.
Or I'm a Palatine in this case.
Yeah. So you command a mission.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Imperium
Go ahead.
Imperium, Eldar, and Tau Triple Alliance incoming. Oh, then with question mark.
Not Tau. Tau they're pushing towards destruction, which I really like. I don't think. Well, Tau first off are killing all their human auxiliaries. Well, one of their whatever's they're called.
Fleets.
Yeah, is killing off all their humans because they're dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really like because I love anything that's dark like that. Especially with the Tau, because the Tau have always been like showboaters.
Yeah.
So I love when they get shown up.
Like there are bits in the Tau Psychic Awakening book where, like, they're trying to, take over human planets peacefully, but part of, like, the Tau force in that book is made up of survivors from that fleet. Whenever they're sent somewhere to, like, peacefully subjugate humans, they just go there to kill them no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Which I really, really, really like.
Let's see. One person says, I'm trying to make a guard regiment, but it's controlled by an Inquisitor. Are there any good Inquisitor models?
There's actually a ton, but I really recommend Raging Heroes for them. I need a little bit more water on here. Because I need to get into those slight crevices. I use mostly Raging Heroes for my Inquisitors. This isn't sponsored, I just really like their miniatures.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Get this here. Get this here. There we go. So I'm just adding the white cloth because this white cloth is actually going to be tan. The brown is going to be hit by Agrix Earthshade. The gold is going to be hit by Seraphim Sepia. The red for the shoulder pads is going to be, it just has a base layer. Then I'm going to go over it with Evil Sun's Scarlet, and then do a line across it of an orange eventually. So that is now the back side.
Yep. I find it weird that outside of the named Inquisitors, well, you can put an Inquisitor model in Terminator armor, you can't just have them in power armor.
I know, right? It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Let's see. Just to see. One person asked, is the Sister Battle Omnibus book any good? Which story is your favorite?
I pretty much like almost every Sister Battle story that there is. Red and Black happens to be one of my favorites, but what is it? Faith and Fury is good. Mark of Faith is really good. Requiem Inferno is really good. Celestine, again, is one of the best books written. Yeah, they're all pretty much good.
Yeah,
Like, there's...
and like,
Go ahead.
yeah, like the 4 stories in the Omnibus are all good. Like, I remember there's Red and Black, Faith and Fire, Hammer and Anvil, and then Heart and Soul.
Which is the new one.
E.
Which I really like, because that one talks about Mariel Sabathiel. And also talks about Sisters of Battle using land speeders and Thunderhawk and Storm Ravens. Which for some reason GW refuses to give to them. Even though that's going to be the only way those things are sold.
Let's see, what are the rules for the new model Iron Halos?
4 Benvo save, and that's it.
One person asked, do you plan on getting the 40k action figures?
No, I don't collect action figures too much. One of my ex-boyfriends actually gave me an action figure for my birthday, and I kept it. But overall, I don't really care for action figures too much.
Yeah. One person says, I'm thinking about making a Hospitaller cosplay. Do you know anywhere I could find an armor pattern?
There's a group on Facebook just called 40k cosplayers, and they can help you out with that. I think I'm part of that group. I can never remember. I feel like I'm part of that group. I never really interact with anybody on Facebook because, yeah, Facebook is a toxic nightmare.
Okay, you are on there.
Huh, well, go figure. I am on there.
Yeah.
Boop. Well, there you go. Okay. Let's get this purity seal. You know, I do want to set up my second camera, but I lost one of the cords for it. So you guys can actually see the miniatures that I'm working on, like, really well. There we go. And let's do this. Imperial Guard is the best. I don't know what you mean by that. Certain tasks, yeah, they're really good. Okay. Now to do the back. I probably should have painted these guys prior to assembling them. I highly advise that for anybody that is painting them, to paint the cloth prior to assembling. There we go. Any more purity seals in this guy? There. Let's go down the skulls here. And he's got actually a lot of purity seals on his shield.
Heckin' pure.
Look, none pure.
Clarifying, do you think the Imperial Guard is the best faction? And if not, where on the scale do they sit? Well, I think it kind of depends on what you mean by best.
Yeah, it really depends on what your best is. Best military? Yeah, probably. I mean, but they're a logistical nightmare.
On purpose.
Yeah, it's kind of GW's thing. It's like, aha, they're a logistical nightmare. Isn't that grim dark? It's like, no, that's kind of annoying. Grim dark.
Nothing says grimdark like bureaucracy, Alexis.
I know, right? Okay, that's another one. That's the lieutenant with the Neo-Volkite gun, which I really like.
I do like the kind of, both aesthetically and word gear wise, you're just trying to slip more 30k into 40k with the Primaris.
Well, I mean, you can't lose an STC if your big brain remembers it.
Yeah. It was just behind the couch.
Well, I mean, Gilliman just memorized them. Like, that's the power of a Primarch. He can literally just write things into existence saying that he remembered it. Just like when he casually said he could fix the Golden Throne.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, you can do that? Why don't you do that? That sounds like a top priority. I would definitely do that. Nah. Daddy can wait. And it's like, no, you should probably resurrect your dad. I still can't believe that how casually he mentions that in what book was that? Dark Imperium.
I decided to mess with people.
Yeah, they probably did. I mean, I would. That is definitely something that I would do.
God damn it.
You're telling me you wouldn't?
No. I just break the damn thing.
You're dumb.
I am dumb.
That is fair.
And that's why you have me as an admin.
Apparently. Alright, what other comments do we have?
Do you have any kind of painting handle?
Yes.
Neat.
I just don't use it. Like, I definitely have one. It's just, it sits in the, sits in one of my drawers. There we go. Okay, so that's all the shield and character boys. That's a lot of dudes, though. Go. Alright, we have about 50 people watching. That's kind of crazy.
Huh.
Alright, let's get
Heck.
these guys done up.
Let's see, they say, do you recommend getting a painting handle?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely help.
Yeah.
I've just been doing this for so long without it.
It's like, I have the painting handle, I mostly just use it for assembling.
It does come in handy for assembling.
Yeah, because I had the one with the so-called nipple clamps.
Mm-hmm. Okay, these guys don't have too much on them. So the new aggressors are eradicators.
Would fixing the Golden Throne actually resurrect the Emperor, or would that just prevent the warp from exploiting Terra and consuming the Sol system?
Yeah, we don't know.
More than likely, even GW doesn't know.
Yeah, it's probably just something that they mention, but never have an intent to actually go to.
Just that way they can have it for later if they ever need it.
Yep.
Let's see. What is your favorite Sister of Battle order?
Martyred Lady. That's a given with me.
Yeah. Let's see. Which Jurassic Park movie is your favorite, and why is it your favorite sci-fi universe?
Jurassic Park 1 is definitely the favorite, but excluding that one because, well, excluding that one.
That's everyone's favorite.
Yeah, you can't compare it. I would actually say, I really liked Fallen Kingdom. I know a lot of people didn't, but they didn't see the movie the way I did. Because Fallen Kingdom was actually a really, really good movie about an abused pet that didn't know any better, just trying to play with its sister, which I absolutely loved. Third would be The Lost World. Fourth would be not Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World, just Jurassic World. In fifth place, actually fifth place would be Jurassic Park 3. I really thought Jurassic Park 3 was bad.
Yeah.
There were some cool things about it that I really liked, but overall it was pretty much garbage. like through and through, and it got really, really, really annoying. And they didn't have the gall to kill off any of the characters.
Yeah, that's a...
Like, because it just wasn't as good as it could have been. And I feel like I know all the stories behind why it wasn't, but it just was not good. Also, why it's my favorite sci-fi universe, it shows you the dangers of altering with somebody's biology. Shows you the dangers of, like, there's a word for it that I am drawing a blank on. What is the field of study? Genetics. Genetic experimentation. It really shows you the dangers of genetic experimentation and how nature can react to it. And with enough genetic mutation, you become the one that's obsolete. Yeah. And I really, really, really enjoyed that with it.
Also has dinosaurs.
Also dinosaurs, and I really love dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That is a huge plus.
Yeah. You love dinosaurs, but running into one would be your worst nightmare.
Oh my god, yes. Well, depending. If it's like a tiny velociraptor, like a baby, and I'm the first thing it sees, hell yeah, I'd keep it.
God damn it.
I'd keep it in my purse. Be a little purse raptor.
Oh my gosh, that'd be wonderful. Let's see. One person's asking, have you ever read or watched Alita Battle Angel?
I have, and I really enjoyed that movie. I haven't read the book yet, and I really want to. But that movie was really good.
Let's see. Here's a question with an obvious answer, but I'll still ask it. If they ever did an Exodite army riding dinosaurs, would you play it?
Yeah, more than likely. I really like it.
Because they're still in the fluff.
They are. They're actually an 8th edition fluff, too.
Fractured Beeltan.
Mm-hmm. What color next?
One person asked, do you like Raven Guard?
I do. I've never seen the whole hate of Raven Guard. I've never understood it. I guess I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of a childish reason. But,
there's a hate for Raven Guard?
Yeah, because they're emo.
Huh. I thought that was just a joke about it, and I know people went after him for it.
Yeah, people actually actively hate them for that reason.
Take emo over edgy.
Like, I actually like them. I like their nature.
They're neat.
I like their books. I think they're pretty nice. Okay, you're cleaned up. For cleaning up on... Oh, wow, you need a lot of cleaning up. Okay. And let's see if I can get this in the first swipe. There we go. Okay. No, but again, there's a lot of legions that I don't understand the hate for. Space Marines being one of them.
Space Marines being one of them?
Yeah, Space Marines get too much hate. Just the entire faction in general. Same with Demons.
Yeah, definitely.
Slaanesh players, like, I could never actually be a Slaanesh player simply because of how the community reacts to them.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's annoying.
Oh my god, is it? Because you got half the community that's like, oh, look at my booby army. The other half of the community is like, you do know Slaanesh is not just about that, right?
Yeah,
excess in all forms. But no.
So Jeff is saying it's half.
Mm-hmm.
So those people that like when it comes to like, you know, being fans of Slaanesh just for like, you know, boobs and such, I just don't consider them part of the fandom.
A lot of people don't. Like, legit, a lot of people don't.
Mhm.
Also, I'm surprised nobody has asked me the question about the more recent history involving other YouTubers that I wouldn't answer anyway. But I just want to respect my fan base for saying thank you for not asking.
Let's see. Do you think that it's stupid that the Imperium uses horses in battle, or is it something you could see happening in the universe?
Honestly, the fact that GW lets anything hit the ground, I think, is stupid. I think melee is idiotic in 40k. I know that there is a reason for melee to be in 40k, but I think melee is far dumber than using horses. Like, why aren't you just bombarding the area? Or using precise strikes? Like, there's so many other things that you could do. Instead, you're choosing to be stupid. So, no, I don't think that they're bad for doing that.
Let's see. Someone is asking, what brushes do you use?
Garbage. I literally go to Walmart and buy brushes, or I buy them from wish.com, and I beat the hell out of my brushes. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I know a lot of professional painters, they use all these really nice, perfect brushes that they keep in exquisite condition, and their brushes cost more than, like, my army, and, like, they go crazy about their brushes and everything. Yeah, me, I just use brushes from Walmart, and they tend to work just as good. I have a few professional brushes, and I gotta say, like, a lot of people just use what you're comfortable with. Is the easiest way of saying it.
Now, when she says she beats the crap out of them, she quite literally means that when she gets home from Walmart, she goes into the basement, beats up the brushes, and then uses them.
Well, yeah, it's the only way to make sure they're good.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a spot right there. So right now what I'm doing is I'm cleaning up some of the edges that I messed up earlier going over with gold. This way the model looks way more professionally done and will just look better overall. This is a step that everybody needs to do. There's no shortcut to it. You actually just need to do this. It takes a minute, and it's really, really annoying, and that's why I was putting it off. Because I find it really annoying. Boop. Okay, that's that one. This one is still drying, but I could still fix up some of these edge highlights.
Let's see. If you could name one Eldar faction that you'd be interested in starting an army with, what would it be?
If I could name one? I don't know what I would name it. But if I could have one, it would be Yandon.
Let's see. Yandon, that's the
Yellow
one.
and
That's
blue
the,
one.
Yeah, yellow and blue with all the damn wraith things. Yeah, their Avatar King got trampled by Carnifexes.
Either that, or I would want a Corsair army. With more than one unit of Corsairs.
Let's see. One person says, what do you consider battle ready?
Battle ready is 5 colors. Oh, just got a subscriber. Nice, thank you.
Let's see. Do you have any tips for getting motivated for batch painting?
Monster energy, good music, and a global pandemic that'll keep you inside all day.
Oof.
That's my advice for batch painting.
No, weirdly enough, Alexis, when like getting into Warhammer, I thought like I'd be focusing on like game stuff, and for paint I just do batch painting. But I discovered that I lividly hate batch painting. But like when it comes like just having the time to work on like a unit or one model, I really enjoy it. And I'm kind of slowly starting to be more invested in the hobby side than the game side.
A lot of people are, especially now. Also, you need to finish your stuff.
I know.
Otherwise, I'll beat you up.
Yeah, you would. Let's see. What do you love / hate about Overwatch?
The mechanic or the game itself? The game itself, I love its universe. I absolutely love the way the game is played. I love the feeling of the game. The game is very reactive. I love the fact that I can work with a team that'll actually participate and help me out. And what I hate about it is DPS players.
Oof.
Strictly DPS players. Especially when they don't have their damn mic on, won't listen to team commands, won't help the team, and then yell at us for not helping him or her or them. No, it is not a person.
It is just a DPS player.
That is fair.
Let's do. What other models can be used as Chaos Cultist? A big heckin' ton of models can.
Yeah, there's literally dozens upon dozens upon dozens of models that could be used as cultists.
Yeah, like go crazy. You can use almost anything that's just that size.
Yeah, if it can fit on 25 mil, have at thee. And it's about the size of an average human in 40k, go for it. I know a lot of people who use a ton of the Necromunda stuff. So there you go.
Let's see. Could Kane Bradley from FMA beat Lucius in a duel? Anyone can beat Lucius. He has Avatar of Kane syndrome.
Yeah, Lucius the Eternal doesn't win. And literally all you have to do to beat him is just have higher willpower.
Let's see. John says, but Alexis, I play DPS.
Then you fail.
Let's see. Do you think Creations of Bile could have a really nasty Lord on disc?
I think the Creation of Bile list could have a really, really, really nasty list in general.
Yeah. Might be harder with the Disc Lord because he's in Legends.
Yeah, you can't really bring those anymore.
Mm-hmm. I guess a big thing that would be like big about the Disc of Zeech is the Chaos Lord would have fly and they'd have the demon keyword.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, yeah, you can have a demon prince.
I still think the Demon Prince is the better choice.
Let's see, have you read Manflayer?
I have... Wait, is that the Fabius Bio book?
I think so.
If so, yes, it's really, 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 really poor.
Look, if you want Fabius Bile stuff, just watch the old Hammer Frankenstein movies. Let's see.
I don't like Fabius Bile's older aesthetic.
Yeah?
I like the new way they're doing him as like the Neo Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
This is not gonna go well.
Let's see. What would your ideal 40k movie / trilogy be?
Do you want the honest answer, or do you want the answer that everybody wants? They should totally do the Horus Heresy. There's so much cool things in there. No, what they really should do is, if they're going to do a Horus Heresy movie, they should focus it around Nathaniel Garrow's 3 books. If they're going to do a 40k book, they should do probably Ravnor. Go. Now this guy's starting to get some color. Yeah.
There were a bunch of people spamming the word honest.
Yeah, I mean, the honest truth is they can't make a good 40k movie. Like 40k can't hold up a good story.
Yep.
Like, unless you do Celestine, Master of Mankind, Nathaniel Garrow, the Ravner books, those are like your go-to, your golden era books. If you wanted, you could do Fulgrim. Fulgrim would be really, really, really good.
Here's the problem I'd have with that. I feel like that there are scenes and concepts in Fulgrim that only work in a non-visual or auditory medium because it's left up to your imagination. Like what the
Mm-hmm.
inside of the Lair Temple looks like, what the concert scene sounds like, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Like when you have a character saying that an event is the best thing that'll ever happen, the rest of their lives is going to be downhill, that's kind of hard to put to film.
Yep.
That's
Here we go. Oh, that's starting to look really good. You guys can't see it, and I do apologize, but best I could do is this, and my camera sucks. So I do apologize. But
okay, so Shringland the Great, to answer your question about the word poor in English, yeah, it can mean has no money, but it can also mean something of low quality.
Caiaphas Cain TV show. Caiaphas Cain is actually stolen from a British comedian.
Oof. Let's see, what is the biggest threat to the Imperium in your opinion?
The Tyranids.
Agreed.
Like,
Like,
when
what is,
even
like,
Chaos is scared of them, there's a problem.
the big thing is, like, I'd say that, like, mortals aside, Chaos wouldn't want to get rid of the Imperium for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of keeps the great game going. Let's see. Any GW plans for Clone Fulgrim?
I'm really hoping that this is just me spitballing this. There is no evidence to support this in any way, shape, or form. This is strictly me spitballing. What I really want is Fulgrim to appear and fight Fulgrim. So I want Marathi style, where you have mini Marathi and big Marathi, and that's what we get. Where it's Fulgrim v Fulgrim.
Mm-hmm. Someone keeps asking what kind of cord you need for camera number 2.
And a USB-D to a USB. I'm not worried about it. I know I have it. I just need to find it. Because there's a lot of my stuff that's still packed up. I'm going through and doing the chaplain shoulder pad now. This box is so good, though. It's such a good value.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and if I get a secondary or a third box, what I am going to do is I am going to be doing a giveaway for the rule book.
Heck yeah.
So that way somebody can get one without paying the exorbitant price for it. And since
And then you'll be like, White, you can't have this because you're an admin. Being in the giveaway is cheating. And then I'll have to yell at you and then cry.
Like I said, I want to do one giveaway. If I get 2 of them, I'll give you one.
Aw.
You're always helping me out.
I try.
There we go.
But, like, thinking on the top, like, the only, like, what few 40k stuff I've read that I would say would work as a movie is just those kind of... The thing they all have in common is that they're the kind of books that you could read without knowing anything about 40k at all, because they're just a good story on their own that has nothing to do with the universe, basically.
Yep.
So in which case it would... I don't know. Do you think GW will start posting data sheets on the website like they do with Age of Sigmar?
They are already doing that. But yeah, I really hope they do. God, I hate delicate shoulder pads. Again, there's a lot of this model that I wish I painted prior to putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a good learning experience for the next box. There we go. Got his shoulder pads done. They're actually not done. I need to wait for them to dry and do the second coat to them.
Let's see. One says, "What is the dollar signs? I'm going to see the main price for the 9th edition box set."
$200.
Oof.
That's actually not an oof. We were
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff in there.
We were anticipating $300.
Yeah, because you got the rule book and then all that crap in there.
You got a $65 rulebook plus 5 characters on just the Space Marine side. That's well more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, what's 5 times 35?
175.
Plus $65.
240.
Now add 2 boxes of Warriors. They're about $30 a piece. So it's $60.
300.
Okay, now a squad of intercessors is what?
So
is what, 50?
Yeah, I think 50.
Yeah, you get $600 worth of stuff in that box. If somebody is going to complain that GW is overpriced, they're lying. Like, that box set saves you so much freaking money, it's not even funny.
Would you be interested if they had an ending to 40k that didn't affect content going forward, but just gave definitive closure?
No.
No, because you would literally satisfy no one.
I mean, it would end with the Imperium winning. Like, at the end of the day, the Imperium would win. Because they're the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an Age of Sigmar. Where they need to restart the universe.
Well,
So
they're starting to move forward.
I know like a lot of Chaos players are really bummed out about that. But I really think that Tyranids would eventually defeat Chaos. And then these humans would develop a way to beat the Tyranids. Or they would just wait until they're so depleted and then just, start barraging them from the back. Ooh, that's looking good. But at the end of the day, the speculation is of ill consequence. I would like definitive answers to certain stories, yes. But the end of 40k, no, not really.
Let's see, someone says, "I want the story to move forward, but not to end." It's been doing that.
Yeah, it's definitely been going forward. Like, they have a ton of stuff that wasn't in earlier editions. In fact, I'm painting some of the stuff that was never in early editions. Although Primaris Marines were planned out since 6th edition. I found that out the other day, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Someone going on like a whole rant about stuff copying 40k.
Can you read his comment?
Let's see. I have noticed over the years that 95% of gaming has borrowed heavily to the point of outright plagiarism from 40k. Blizzard is basically an unofficial Warhammer parody company, and then I don't know what HDDMYF stands for.
I can tell you right now, Blizzard is not. And a lot of 40k's content actually comes from earlier subject matter. See Dune, Starship Troopers, Alien, Star Wars, Star Trek. But being inspired and then just copying, like actually stating that it's plagiarism, is something completely different. There are a lot of companies that make third-party bits that are GW's property. Like anybody who advocates for Tabletop Simulator, that's stealing IP from GW, which I don't condone. But yeah. I don't want to get into the legality of it. This isn't that kind of stream, so let's not talk about that. If you wish to talk about that more, you can go into my Discord.
Let's see, someone asked, how come Muriel doesn't have white hair? It seems weird on both a design and story, and then just ends.
Muriel Sabathiel?
I assume so.
Because back in the day, actually even till today, most sisters don't have white hair. The white hair is dyed white as a mark of faith. Since she is not faithful, of course she wouldn't have it. And technically she is faithful to the Dark God. But, yeah. There's also a lot of sisters that just don't have white hair. The Sister Superior from Hammer and Anvil doesn't have black hair. Has black hair. Or, actually no, she has brown hair. This color is not going on evenly, and it's really, really, really bugging me.
Let's see, someone's asking, what are your thoughts on that female commissar model?
Severina Rain?
I assume so.
I like her. I like her a lot better when you actually get to see the full model, and not what GW shows.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked when other people painted her, because I still don't think to this day that GW can paint women all too well.
Yeah. Let's see, someone's asking, favorite Primark?
Fulgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Second favorite would be Lionel Johnson, because he's the strongest of the Primarks.
Yep. It's easy to have a favorite when a lot of them are just kind of crap.
Bad. No, my favorite is Perturabo, because I don't like having personality.
Mm-hmm. Any recommendations for painting women?
Very light on the washes.
Okay.
Women have very soft faces, see?
Yeah, this is true. I know, I've smacked you.
That is rude.
Let's see.
There we go.
Top 5 worst Primarks, question mark, and then a tongue sticking out emote.
Let's see. Number 5, Angron. Number 4, Alfarius and Omegon. I'm counting them as 1 in this case. Number 3 would be probably Vulcan. I think he's one of the worst written. Number 2 would be Magnus, and number 1 would be Mortarion.
Yeah.
And this is based on their Primarch series books. And all the lore that I've read about them. Simply just don't like the Primarchs. I think they're... I like Gilliman and Lion because to me they make the most sense.
Yeah.
I know somebody's gonna get butthurt about me saying that some of them are the worst.
Mm-hmm. John in here praising Gilliman and the con.
Gilliman is really good right now.
Oh, here's an interesting question. About what percentage of the total 40k lore do you think you have read?
I have read at least 200 books. So I would say at least, and I've read a ton of codexes. And I've read a ton of White Dwarfs. I would say at least 50%.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe even 60%. of all the
Yep.
lore in 40k.
Let's
Which
see.
also is the reason why I can't watch lore channels, because they get too many things wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they speculate about things, and I'm not taking a shot at Remlace. I love Remlace to death. I think he's a great guy. But a lot of channels like to speculate about certain things that are just inherently wrong. One channel in particular that is a terrible channel that nobody should ever watch, but one channel in particular gets pretty much everything wrong, but everybody believes him, and it's just inaccurate information. But he likes to go on large political rants, so I don't care about him. He can get... I'm just going to end it right there.
Let's see. When it comes to fan projects, do you prefer the more grim, dark stuff or the more silly stuff?
I like a mix of both. Like, I still think to this day my favorite animation that came out for 40K, or came out for Warhammer in general, was Death of Hope.
Mm-hmm.
My second favorite would be the Flash Gits animations. My third would be oh my god, what is Russian Badger stuff. My fourth would be like Astartes. I thought Astartes was well made, but not very coherent.
I like it.
It was
Like,
very
it
well
looks-
made.
Yeah, like it looks nice, it's well done, but there's not too much substance.
Yeah.
Pew pew pew.
Space Marines go pew, things die and explode.
And then everyone assumes that Xeno stuff is chaos because why not?
Well, yeah, because a certain YouTuber told them, even though it's actually a completely different species. But what do I know?
Like I can kind of understand thinking that like the first time person watches it, but give it some you do the big thing, then you realize, wait, no.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That's-
the Xeno species that it is does worship chaos, but it does it in a very bizarre way.
Yeah.
It does it unintentionally.
Well, everyone does that to an extent.
Yep, even law-abiding citizens of the Imperium.
Hmm. All right, let's see. Do. Do you like Berserk, as in the franchise?
Anime's okay.
Ye-
I'm not really an anime person as much as I pretend to be.
I get like not being an anime person, but there are shows you like that just happen to be an anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in that field too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Why do
Nope, your shield cannot come off.
Alright. No. Why do people still hate Call? The majority of people at my local hobby shop still hate him for the Primaris Marines, and I can't say I don't blame them for it either.
Well, that's
But why?
because nobody reads his lore. In the book Corax, they talk about the Primaris project that's under a different title. This book was written all the way back in 7th edition, or 6th edition, when they intended to release the Primaris Marines, but they never got to. Belisarius Call, in Belisarius Call, The Great Work, he was talked about how he was tasked with this project, and even the Emperor okayed it. Call had to hide the voice of the Emperor. He got most of the stuff through almost heretical means, but he did it. He made the Primaris Marines. He distributed them. They were all taken care of by Guilliman and the Emperor. But, I don't know, people just like to hate on new things because people need to go to crybaby jail. That's at the point, that's where I'm at. They just need to go to crybaby jail.
Uh-oh.
Like, anytime anybody complains about new 40k lore, I just go to crybaby jail. Like, I don't like the new lore. Primaris Marines are dumb. Yeah, and how many points of an army do you have? Well, I don't actually play the tabletop game. Okay, then shut up.
Yee.
You're not supporting the hobby. Your voice is not important. Yeah, but I read a bunch of books. Do you own the books? No, I stole them from offline. Yeah, you don't support the hobby. Get out. Or they watch a YouTuber talk about them. I'm sorry, I'm a YouTuber talking about them, but I'm at least defending them.
Yee. If you were to make your own 40k fan project, what would it be?
Inquisition.
Yee.
I'm actually going to start working with somebody to do an animation, possibly for the channel, for Queen's Court, since that just concluded. That is one of my goals. That's going to be like a 2-year, 3-year goal.
Let's see. Sorry, I misworded that. They don't hate the Marines themselves. They just have a problem with Call's lore himself. Well, still.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
I hate lore, but even though I don't read it. Typical deal.
A lot of people have that problem with 40k. They're like, I don't like the lore. Then why are you in this hobby? Okay, good. We just finished all the characters plus the shield guard for red. Now there's 3 eradicators. My voice is getting dry.
Let's see. Do ebook count as owning? Well, did you buy them?
Yeah, did you buy them? Did you buy them from GW or Black Library? If so, then yes, of course, they do count. If no, then no. Obviously, you stole them offline.
Stole them offline?
Which I do not advocate for stealing in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and start on these eradicators. Then I can start moving on to the actual washes and do one more dry brush after we're done with the washes. Do each of the colors, then start the highlights. The one thing I hate about painting is I always get tired while doing it.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
It's kind of a pain in the buttocks.
Yee.
Okay. See, these guys aren't going to be painted perfectly because I cannot paint Marines to save my life. But they'll be painted well enough.
Let's see. Someone is asking what your favorite model kit is.
Ooh, that's a tough call. Like, my favorite model kit. There's a lot. Now, do you mean by favorite model kit for me to build? Or that I've built? Or that I want to build? Or that I think just looks the coolest? Because if we're going based on rule of cool, Marathi looks like one of the coolest model kits that I've ever seen.
Yes.
But ones that I've done, I'd actually have to say the Redemptor Dreadnought. Like, I could build those things in like 5 minutes. They're not that big or bad of a kit to build, and you can prime them right on their sprue, and there you come out great.
Let's see. Someone asked, favorite third-party miniature provider.
Oh, that is an impossible choice because on one hand, Creature Caster, on the other hand, Raging Heroes, and I love both of them. But if I were to have to say my favorite, I can't. I honestly can't. I cannot pick.
That's the problem. Like, you don't like just use one in general. You use different providers for different like armies and such, and they all do their job wonderfully. Let's see. John asks, "What do you do if a hypothetical cryptech turns his back to you and starts talking that good crap?"
Well, you put a melty gun to the back of them and blast them.
Yee.
This is Imperial property. I don't recognize your authority. Recognize this. Shot a Cryptek in the back.
Let's see, someone asked, how did you get to 40k?
I had a friend by the name of Justin. He was obsessed with the 40k universe. He played guard. He was a really, really, really nice person. Actually, he wasn't a nice person. He was actually really rude, but I loved him because he was good to me. But one day he was talking about a chainsword, and this was in my 9th grade or 8th grade? I can't remember. 8th or 9th grade study hall. No, it wasn't a study hall. It was during history, and he was talking about it, and he handed me the Space Marine Codex, and I looked at a chainsword, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then I saw this Sessions of Battle that he was reading, and I really liked them. And then I saw the Tyranids and really liked them, and I've always loved sci-fi, so like I got into it because of them. I also had a boyfriend that played, but I played more than he did. Like way more. But yeah, my friend Justin back in high school is how I really got into the game.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Starting to look good. I'll take pictures of these guys after I am finished with them. By the way, none of my Primaris Marines have heads. Somebody's going to wonder why.
Oh, I think I know the answer.
Yep.
But I'm going to leave people confused.
Okay. Alright, what other questions do we have?
Well, let's see.
Favorite aspect of 40k? The Gothic aesthetic. The fact that there is armor that is also a corset is probably my favorite aesthetic. And honestly, I love the amount of female empowerment that's in 40k.
Yeah, they've been doing really good with that lately.
Mm-hmm. They haven't been forcing it down our throats. They've just been doing it very, very, very carefully and very good. And honestly, I love it.
Let's see. Will ask, what demons would you recommend if you were starting Khorne on the Cobb? I'd say grab Wrath and Rapture.
Yeah, grab Wrath and Rapture. Can you grab Wrath and Rapture? Grab Wrath and Rapture.
You get Karnak, Bloodletters, Fleshhound, Blood Crushers, which are normally dummy expensive outside of that box, so...
Yeah.
You
I was gonna buy the box of like 6 of them. I was like, yeah, and then I saw that they were $100, and I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
That's a kit that needs to be redone really badly to make it cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Blood Crushers in there start collecting?
I think so. I'll double check.
Yeah, because I might actually start picking up some of their start collectings, because I think they have the Skull Cannon.
Yeah, I know the Blood Throne is in the start collecting. I think it can be made into the Skull Cannon. Also, someone asked, do you have any interest in painting War Games Atlantic miniatures?
I don't know what those are.
Yes.
But I mean, I'll paint anything. It's fun. I enjoy it. I'm gonna have to wait for that to dry to go back over it. Okay, let's go back to the first one.
Grab Wrath and Rapture is such a tongue twister.
It is. I always call it Wrath and Glory by accident.
Because he's a boy. Okay. So, to start collecting demons at Khorne, it comes with Bloodbetters, Blood Crushers, and the Blood Throne, which can be made into the Skull Cannon.
Yep. It's a really good starting set.
By having the Blood Throne, you start with the Herald of Khorne.
Yep. That's why you make it into the Blood Cannon.
Yeah. I do really like the Demon Start collectings.
The Demon Start collectings actually save you a ton of money.
Yeah, especially the damn Slanesh one, because you come with 2 chariots.
Mm-hmm.
Then you realize chariots are very annoying to paint and transport and basically do anything with. But they look so good.
That they do.
Yeah. And you gotta have it if you want a brigade.
Okay, what's that? What's that next question?
Do you think a Total War Warhammer 40k would work? I wouldn't say Total War because just the way it plays doesn't fit too much with 40k warfare, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Like the furthest ahead they've gone like in time is like Victorian Civil War era, so like that's when they can still stick formations and line battle and that kind of thing. 40k doesn't play like that though.
No, it plays like a military shooter. Honestly, what's that one game? The one game where you fight, you lead your men, and then you can become one of them.
Mountain Blade.
Mountain Blade. Mountain Blade would work perfect for it.
Yeah. Let's see. Rolf first asks if he can have that stuffed toothless in the background, and then he says, "How often do you grab new brushes?"
Probably like once a month. And I spend like $2 on my brushes, so I don't really care. I know a lot of people want like good brushes, and I fully support people's decision to get good brushes, and I highly encourage people to get them. But for me, bad brushes work.
Yeah. Like I'm in that boat too. Like I've been getting good brushes till now, though I think I'm gonna be getting the cheaper brushes mostly because I'm bad with brushes regardless. If the good ones get worn out in like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm. It's also good for practicing. Just buy the cheap brushes and practice with them.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Should an Imperial Guard army mostly consist of tanks, infantry, or artillery?
The answer, yes.
Follow your heart.
Yeah, there's literally no way to play it badly. I actually like going tank heavy, but that's just me. You might enjoy that, you might not. So it's really up to you.
Tank.
I really like tanks though. Tanks are a lot of fun. I put 2 coats on something. I feel so happy and so proud. And in 2 hours, that's as much as I've done. Wowzer G Willikers, I've done a lot. Although they are starting to look good. I want to start getting the wash on them. I think I'm going to do that as well while I'm here. It's the good thing about the Arizona heat, the paint's dry almost instantly.
Yep.
Okay. Start from sepia. Grab this. Okay. Make sure this brush is nice and clean.
So that's your bed in the background, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking back to a time when one of my nephews, he put a bunch of his toys on his bed and ended up just falling asleep on the floor, and I was imagining you doing that.
I'm not going to say that that's happened before, but I have fallen asleep in this chair.
Yeah, the chair makes sense.
Okay. So I'm going to use the Seraphim Sepia on all the leather and the gold.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main thing that I want to hit with this. Is that a nice darker detail to all the items without overpowering the base coat? Now, Agric's Earthshade I think works a little bit better for leather, but Seraphim Sepia is still good.
So I was about to say, oh crap, I was gonna go shop for Warhammer stuff today, but I got too caught up in other things. But it turns out my GW is closed on Tuesdays anyways, so...
Well, that is the thing.
I avoided wasting a trip.
That is also fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So this
'Cause
will
unless you
actually
want,
dull out a lot of the gold. So it'll make your gold pop a little bit more. And then what you could do is do a dry brush of silver over your gold in certain areas. And it'll really, really, really make it pop and look really nice. Now another thing that I'm going to do with the Seraphim Sepia is go over the white of the cloths that they're wearing, the Gamson. I think that's what it's called. Is it Gamson?
no, the gambeson is like the cotton looking shirt. I think you're thinking of what are they called? Tabards or
Tabards, yeah.
Terminology. Speaking of medieval terminology, one person is asking halberd or spear.
Oof. I actually like the spear a little bit better, but that's strictly me. I think it looks nicer.
Pointy stick is OP.
Flinch, what do you got there? A pointy. No.
Halberds are in, but I find awkward like is in like some games. Like I think even old fantasy, what you could do is you could have models armed with halberds and shields, and that just seems off to me.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
John says hook, Bill Hook.
I'm just going over.
Bad cloth under the armor. Yeah. One person asked top 5 Imperial Guard uniforms.
Let's see. Number 1 would be the Cadian. Number 2 would be the Valhallan. Number 3 would be probably the Chem Dogs. Number 4, I like the Rough Riders. Number 5, I want to say. Oh, what are they?
What are you thinking?
Wow, I cannot remember the name of them. The Ultramar Auxilia I really like too. Yeah, I'd go with them.
Heck yeah. If you could choose to have a model kit made or updated, what would you pick?
Everything for the Eldar.
For Eldar.
Literally the Eldar. All of their stuff forever. Every bit of it. I wouldn't make a choice. If I was allowed to make one choice, I would argue until I got to make all of the choices. And I would give those Eldar players their gifts. And I'd be as though a Farseer delivering a message of peace in a time of warfare.
Yeah. No, well, I feel like I know you said all of the above, but I feel like Eldar players would be like, we want like the aspect wars and such first. I'm over here saying update the avatar of Cain, please.
Yeah.
Because like on my tablet, the wallpaper is that artwork of an avatar of Cain fighting a keeper of secrets, and if you look at it model wise, that poor avatar gets lunch money taken.
Oh my God, would he?
He is small.
He is the small now. Yeah, I definitely think they need to update him.
He is small and nobody is protecting him. One person, I guess, in regards to the uniform things, ask Mordian Iron Guard.
I don't like the Mordians. Also, I don't think the Mordian Iron Guard are actually an Imperial Guard regiment. I think they're a planetary defense force.
Huh.
I think they're a PDF.
Well, like, you still get, like, field it to other places and such. Like, I think Yarrick took him to hunt down Gazgul that time when the Fortress of Arrogance got flipped.
Maybe? I might be thinking of another guy's. If I am, I do apologize.
Yeah, I think that might be it. Let's see, they need an avatar that could stand up to Gazgul. Here's the problem. The whole can only take so many wounds in one phase thing, and avatars are very melee focused. Like, granted, they have a spear they can throw. Fluff wise, I don't think they can do that on tabletop.
They can.
They can?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Like, I thought that was so
Nope, the Wailing Doom has a throw profile.
neat, because I really like that moment in Fulgrim when Fulgrim was fighting the avatar and it threw a spear. Fulgrim dodged it, and he's like, yeah, I have another spear because I just conjure him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Favorite gun in 40k, any faction?
Probably the Inferno pistol.
Oh, and they meant Avatar Stand Up to Gaskell. They meant aesthetically. Yeah, I can get behind that.
But if I were to choose, it would be... Actually, I know exactly what gun it would be. And if I can bring it into real life, I took my headset off, so...
And now Alexis is gone. We drove her off. Good job, everyone.
This would be my gun. My Godwin Diaz pattern bolter with a combi melta in it, as well as an extended clip or a drum barrel with seeker ammunition inside it, all sanctified. I love this weapon. I'm gonna put this back now. And I'm gonna grab my headset in just a second. There we go.
People were saying hello to the chair.
I can believe it. But yeah, love my bolter.
It does look good on you. Remember when me and John were in New York, one of the first things he told us is don't play with the guns, they're fragile.
Yep.
Yeah. That is fair. Like, yeah, they have been broken by people messing with them in the past.
Yep. I've had
So
them broken multiple times by people who just thought that they could play with them.
Mm-hmm. It's
I
like,
get
I understand.
pissed about it.
I understand you, and I get you, but me.
I know. A lot of people want to play with them, but you can't.
Well, they do. They do look really nice.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, a box idea set. Sisters of Battle versus Chaos Space Marines.
Yee.
Or Tau versus Eldar. Because that would be an interesting fight. Because there is not a lot of lore between those two factions. If at all any. There we go.
One person said Arbites versus Genestealers.
Arbites aren't really an army. They're more like a force. Like a police force.
Yeah.
They're less militarized than our own in the current day.
Oof.
I know. Isn't that crazy to think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say it.
That's a big oof.
Alright, these guys are starting to come together and looking really nice. Like, I am really liking these guys right now. I'm really just trying to get these all painted up just so I can leave at the shop to get people to pre-order more Indominus boxes.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Works as advertising, so...
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Helps out the shop.
There's a Walmart where for a while they'd have these big cases with assembled Lego sets in them.
That is nice.
It blew the mind of Tiny Aaron.
Poor Tiny Aaron.
Yeah.
He was only less dumber. Maybe by like a fraction. Alright. What do we got for other questions and junk?
Let's see. How do you feel about the fact that they're replacing Arbites more or less with planetary enforcers?
They have to, considering they don't own the rights to the word Arbite.
Hmm.
Since that comes from a very special series by the name of Judge Dredd.
We need tiny nids on tiny tractors.
Yes, we do.
Let's see. Box set that's just orc war bosses fighting each other.
I'd be okay with that. Boop.
Let's see. As a guardswoman, what is the most terrifying tyrannid to know is out there somewhere?
Lictor.
Yeah.
Because you know at any moment that thing can kill you. Or better yet, the Death Leaper. Because that would scare the ever-living piss out of me.
Right. Do you play any war games other than 40k?
War Machine, I've dabbled in. Not really.
Yeah,
I'll be
You're
honest.
are you like kind of sort of maybe considering dabbling into AOS?
Well, like, I count AOS as 40k because they're pretty much the same game.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Like, replace certain factions with other dumb things that don't make too much sense.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't really play too many other war games. I paint a lot.
We need orky tiny homes.
I'd be okay with this. Let's see. Go. Adding washes makes everything nicer.
But I'm really surprised how long Wrath and Rapture has stayed for sale.
Yeah, they made a ton of them. I think they were expecting higher sales of it.
Yeah, like it's still in stock online.
Although they never said that it wasn't a set that was disappearing.
Yeah.
And I think for a while it was the only way to get the Contorted Epitome. Or the Inferno Raptress.
Yep, that's the case. All the way up until the Hedonites release and the new Fiends. And also that was the only way to get the new Karanak.
Mm-hmm. I actually like that they do that with box sets.
See? New box set Rap and Raptors.
Rap and Raptors. I'd be okay with that. Squats 40k. They're already in 40k, but I do know what you mean. Them adding more is going to be interesting.
John.
I'm really curious what they're going to do with it. Because everything that they've said, like, if you go all the way back to GW's original announcement for 8th edition, they talk about, they have this thing that shows Plastic Sisters, Plastic Thunderhawk, and Squats. And they've actually released Squats. Like, that, they are an actual thing. They're in Necromunda, and they're in 30k. They haven't released a model, like an actual army for them yet. But it would be really cool to bring them back. Also, for anybody saying how would they put them back into the lore, quite literally, the universe is a big place. You can't hide everywhere. It's
And
like
also,
1.5 million places to hide.
Like here's just my thoughts on, like, okay, they got mostly wiped out by Behemoth or whatever, but that was ages ago.
Mm-hmm. Also, who recorded that? Maybe they were lying.
Possibly. Well, at least adding them as like an app human unit would be neat.
Yep. Okay. One thing that I'm actually hoping for is tyranids.
God damn it.
No, like legit. Like I want abhuman head sculpts. And I think GW is going to start walking into or looking into the STL market. Because
Yeah, like-
STLs are a really easy way around British copyright law.
Mhm.
Because if you make it, and GW is using like those types of files anyway, so it would be kind of cool for them to get involved in that field, just release it for 3D printers, and just let people have it while maintaining copyrights on like all 1,000 shoulder pads and things of that nature. Like they could just release all the damn bits all at once and just be like, here's the official stuff. That way people can make the models that they want.
Mhm.
Assuming they have a 3D printer or a friend with a 3D printer. And then GW could simply just print out a few and sell those.
Yeah.
Like they only stand to make money from it.
Yeah.
Go. I am gonna end this thing up soon. I do want to finish a couple of these guys though.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that a squad never ended up in Blackstone Fortress.
Well, we got the halflings.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there's a squad in the story.
Hmm.
But yeah, no actual squad in it.
Oh,
Which
did get it? Oh,
which does annoy me. I'm really upset that they're done with Blackstone Fortress.
yeah. Like, I kind of get it, because, like, you know, if you release so many damn expansions for one board game, it's going to get crazy, but...
Yeah, but make it a setting. Don't make it a damn single board game. Make it a way of introducing, like, dumb stuff into 40K, test the waters with it, and then see if you want to invest the, what, $15,000 to build the machine to mass produce them. And then, like, I think it's $10,000 on top of that to hire the artist, the 3D designer, and everything.
Let's see. John says, yeah, Ryan and Rose, and yeah, their new contact is a squat named Brill.
Mm-hmm.
E.
I knew I remembered him from somewhere.
Yeah, they might put out another board game, because like
They could.
I know that Fantasy had like multiple Warhammer quest stuff. All I think Blackstone Fortress was the first Warhammer quest for 40K.
Mm-hmm. I just hope they don't go Space Hulk. Like, I hope they keep with the Rogue Trader theme and just keep going like, hey, here's a new place that aliens meet. Maybe switch it from Janice Drake to somebody different.
Because if you keep doing, you know, a rogue trader and like their retinue, you can have more, you know, diverse models than just a squad of space marines.
Like, you can actually get a model of a fire or an earth cast.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be really cool.
Oh,
Personally, I would really like that. Yeah, you could also do it with an Ordo Xenos Inquisitor.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think it would be a really cool idea. Okay, that is all of the Seraphim Sepia that I need put on these models.
Let's see. John says Ogren Mob Boss 2, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
I mean, yeah, they could actually include some of the characters from the damn, from the Precipice itself. Like, I want that Tech Priest.
Mm-hmm.
The Heretic that isn't actually, like, Chaos, but just Heretic.
Mm-hmm.
I need to grab some black wash real quick. Be right back.
Yeah, but...
Shade. No. Where are you? Is that you? No. Is that you? No. Damn it, why do I have a million freaking things? There we go. Boop. There we go. I had to sneeze. And I could feel it. And I hate that feeling. Okay. So we're going to do some Nolan oil on Oh, wait, you know what? I actually forgot to do the Seraphim Sepia Watch to all the capes.
Yeah,
Wow, I'm an
but
idiot. So yeah, I just completely forgot about that. Alright. Actually. There we go.
Someone's asking, do you like how silly orcs are, or do you want them to be more serious?
From their perspective, I think orcs should be silly. From everyone else's perspectives, I think orcs should be brutal.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I really think that it should be. Orcs need this actual brutal aesthetic from everybody else.
Let's gotta polish that up a bit, because like, you can have like, really brutal orchestras from Imperial perspectives, like Ryan's World and such, but then you'll have an Imperial character say, "Look out, it's a rocket truck squig buggy."
Yeah. Things that I'll never understand. Why are the Imperial designation for orcs vehicles in the orc language?
Yeah. I remember how surprised I was when playing Space Marine for the first time and the Diggas show up and, Mira goes, "Digga!"
Yep. Yeah, I was a little bit thrown off by that one. I was like, wait, what?
You're not gonna call that, like, I don't know, drill?
Or just say orcs inbound.
That works too.
Just like, no, there's a digger. Okay. Oh, I put too much in there. Although Lieutenant Mirror was amazing.
Yeah. John says, "Diganob's squig walking all over the haters."
I love it.
Oh, here's a nice question. Why do you like tyranids?
I actually like the horror aspect of Tyranids. They represent a force that cannot be reasoned with, that cannot be bought or sold, that regardless of your political agenda, will never listen to you. They are the ultimate evil in the galaxy. And yes, they are evil. They don't require food. They just want it. And that's the scariest thing about them.
Yeah, because with nids versus chaos in this case, I do the example I bring up is Michael Myers from Halloween. He doesn't get any weird enjoyment out of killing people. Doesn't have any motivation. He's not doing it because out of fear, vengeance, whatever. He literally just kills because he does. He's pure evil. And yeah, spooky.
Ah! Whoa, somebody just donated on Twitter? On Twitch? Weird. I was not ready for that.
$2 worth of soul stones that being on that. What army do you have the most units for? Not points, but individual units.
Space Marines. Oh, maybe Sisters now.
Yeah, I would have thought Nids.
No, I go Nidzilla.
Oh, right, Monsters.
Yeah, common misconception about my Tyranid army is that I have a lot of Gaunts. I don't. I have 300 Gaunts, but that's it. Common numbers.
Rookie numbers.
Let's not talk about how expensive that is for a second.
Ugh.
Go. go. You just have the white armor. Okay. So now I'm done with Seraphim Sepia for right now. I still have to put all the white and all the red on the bikes and the... Which I really like. The bikes are so much nicer. Like the little Akira bikes. I love these things.
They don't look all wonky.
No, like in picture they look a little bit weird, but like in person they look absolutely incredible. So I do have to wait for the washes to dry, so I think I am going to end this stream here. I did get some painting done. We got actually quite a bit. I think the chaplain is coming out to be my favorite so far. Like, I think he's coming out really good. It doesn't help that my armor for my chapter is black because it's the 5th company, which is now the 5th company of the Sons of Gara, which switch over to the black armor instead of the tan and green. So, yeah. So, with that all said, I do want to thank everybody for watching, everybody for participating with questions, everybody for the subscribing, and everyone that gave in a super chat. Please, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Please check out my Patreon. Patreon goes a long way to helping out the channel. It keeps me going. As always, I'm NornQueenAlexis. I love you guys. Bye.